Hello everybody, welcome to Ueno Park. That's the Budokan straight ahead. This is just on the northwest corner of the Imperial Palace and one of the most famous spots in Tokyo to see the cherry blossoms. And I'd say it's about 80% bloomed, and we have a spectacular sunny day, which is unexpected. We thought the rain would come down by now, it's on the way. But this is the place where you have the moat, and you can actually rent a boat just on the other side around the moat and ride around. And it's really a spectacular view. This is the perfect date thing to do on an afternoon. Everybody is watching the WBC, the baseball going on between Japan and the USA right now. So it's not as crowded, but I would suspect that it's going to be pretty crowded in about an hour from now. This is not far away from Yasukuni Shrine, just across the street. And in about a week from now, after the rains, and we've hit full bloom, all these white petals are gonna fall into the moat, and it's gonna make an amazing view because you just have white floating on the top there. It looks almost like some sort of fantasy land. How you doing, everybody? In this episode, I'm gonna be taking you around this area, and hopefully we have a good signal. I've been coming here over the last few years. Now, this is the first time in the last couple of years that we've had any kind of a festival now. They've made it really subdued, and it created a lot of, hardships to get around and enjoy it. But today, we can really just let loose, I guess. And there's Yasukuni Shrine. I know the signal has some issues around here, so I will do my very best. And if not, I'll have to upload it a little bit later. Let me show you a map of where exactly I am in the city. So you can see here's the Imperial Palace. That's the big garden area that you see, the big green area in the center of the city of Tokyo. When you look on Google Maps. And Chidorigafuchi is on the left side of it, and just north of it you see like this separated park. That stadium on the top there next to the Yasukuni Shrine is the Budokan, which is where I saw Eric Clapton play once like 10 years ago, which is totally awesome. They have the judo events for the 1964 and the 2021 Olympics. And across the street from that in Yasukuni, they have some beautiful cherry blossoms. But that walkway just on the left, the Chidorigafuchi near the British Embassy, is absolutely stunning. Now, too close. How you doing? All right, let's take a look close up at the cherry blossoms here. And if you guys want to give me updates on the score, I would appreciate that. I know I have to take advantage of the fact that everyone is watching the game. Wow. It's just something really beautiful with the dark moat wall from the Imperial Palace, old Edo Castle, and the white cherry blossoms. And then now we have the blue skies. How you doing, Boo? Nightbot's telling me it is a very beautiful 70 degrees. It feels like 75 degrees Fahrenheit. There's the Indian Embassy across the street there. That in itself is a really beautiful embassy. And you can see the people walking along Chidorigafuchi. We're gonna go over there in a second. But what I like about this place, if you come in the morning at this time of year, there are a lot of kids that come out in kimono, hakama. You can see in the back there, they're very dressed up formally. And you can get great photos of that. Just ask them, can I take a picture? And 9 times out of 10, they're really happy about it. You see there's some guy asking, can I take a photo of you guys? He's directing them. Isn't that really stunning? The way that you do it from behind is the best way because of how beautiful. That's really nice, huh? All right, let's walk around here. I see it's 3-2, Japan wins. Excellent, thank you, Gary, for the update. So that means that a lot of people are gonna start to come and walk around now because everyone was glued in the games. I was walking around the subways to get here, take the subway, and you could see everybody stop and have their eyes glued onto the smartphone. And I wanted it too, but I knew I gotta hustle. right, this footbridge will take you over to Yasukuni Shrine. This year, I'm hoping that they have food stands. They typically didn't have that. Well, they didn't have that in the last several years. I can't even remember the last time I was there. Usually for work parties after work, we would go to Yasukuni Shrine and clients that I had for work, and we would drink underneath there. A lot of the ad agencies and such back in the day. So the whole train did not erupt. I don't think, not everybody was, you can see people on their smartphone there, not everybody was in on the game, but I think it was a silent eruption, perhaps. I've noticed an incredible amount of foreign tourists coming to visit here, and I think that's awesome. I think there's I don't know, on YouTube there's too much content on Japan right now, so it's, even me, I'm getting a little bored covering Japan. I feel like this is the time to leave Japan for me, because everybody seems to be wanting to come here. Here's the bridge looking back here. Hopefully we're still in glorious 1080p in this live stream. So yesterday we went to Ueno Park, and it was really crowded, surprisingly so, and I was so surprised at how far along the cherry blossoms were. But it was so great to see everything had returned to, like, I guess you could say almost like normal. Look at how many people were there. And we also saw, like, somebody had ordered Domino's pizza and was having it delivered, and they were filming it. So I don't know if it was for a TV commercial, but it was quite funny. There he goes, he's delivering the pizza to Hanami goers. I thought that was really cool. That's something I would like to try just for fun. But you can see it does feel, oh, there we are. There's Leo and I, we took a quick photo because Leo got sleepy right after we took this. He's happier when he's pulling mom's hair or taking my hat. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see that everything is back to normal. Everyone looking up at the flowers, and I'm looking at them. And now here we have a fairly crowded place. This is busier than usual. You can take a look here. That's a nice pose. Look at how beautiful that is. It's like a little fashion show here. All right, there are some rules here. No tripods, because there are a lot of photographers that will stop and it clogs up the place. And don't touch the cherry trees. They're not cherry trees, they're Sakura trees. They should teach that. The cherry blossom trees, because cherries, I don't know, it's just funny. At night they illuminate it. That's new. They didn't do this in the past. I think it had to do with the pandemic, to discourage people from coming, and now you're starting to see how beautiful this area is. You can see the boats, people paddling around down there. See if anybody gets married from bringing your date here. Or you just come for a pleasant afternoon. You don't have to come on a date, but I always thought it was the best date spot. I'm not gonna take you too far down here. I'm gonna leave it to your own imagination, because I know this signal's not gonna be so great, this direction, but this gives you a pretty good idea of what it's like at Chidorigafuchi, which is so beautiful. Yesterday was a national holiday, so it was a lot more crowded than other places. In fact, I was gonna live stream yesterday. We went to, here we go, we went to Shinjuku Gyoen. There's no sound here, but I wanted to show you. If you're going to Shinjuku Gyoen, which is one of the top spots also in the city of Tokyo, You need a reservation on certain days. Yesterday was one of those days, so we actually couldn't go in there. March 21st, yesterday, 25, 26, 31, April 1st, 2nd, 8, and 9. If you don't have a reservation, you cannot enter because they're, I guess, just limiting it because it just gets too crowded. It has nothing to do with the pandemic. So I want to keep that in mind. I showed the dates there. If you just Google the Shinjuku Gyoen, you should get the website to reserve. Entry for adults, the price went up a lot. It's 500 yen. It used to be 200 yen. And in fact, I think a lot of it has to do with the guys at the gates, the guards, couldn't speak any English. So this is in the news. You can Google this. It's so funny when you read the article. So he said that for years he was letting in foreigners for free that were upset or couldn't understand something. So he said, okay, just go in. And they asked, how often did you do this? Oh, I've been doing it since like 2015. It's like, what? So the park management had to tap down on that. And then they raised the price. So they're gonna get it all back and then some. All right, check it out here. We're at the end. Shrine. On the other side is Ueno Park, the entrance to it. And that weird building is the old, well, I don't want to say old, it's the Showa Museum for the Showa era. And it's really neat to go in there and see the past era of Japan. That's probably my favorite era because it's our grandfather's era, all the way up to the 1980s, 89. And then the Heisei era started, but that museum is for the Showa era, and it's definitely worth a stop in there. Wow, it's really pretty. I'm gonna pan around here in the zoom mode. And now you can see there's a couple of boats. Cutting right through the blossom. Jeremy's saying that the filming is bad, I'm sorry. Let's see if we can find another area with better signal. I knew if we go too deep into here, it might not get too good. Yeah, if the quality goes down, just let me know because I very much need you to tell me. But I know that in Chidorigafuchi, the signal's not good for that, so it might be something that I film and then upload tomorrow. There, up there, do you see it? That's the entrance to the Yasukuni Shrine. That's the Great Torii Gate. And I know that the signal is not so great over there as well. Here's a map to give you some perspective. This is the walkway on the side of the moat. You can see the cherry blossoms are lined here with the pink flowers, and it goes all the way around. You can actually go through the park, Ueno Park, and right back into the garden and then the Budokan. And then this is Yasukuni Shrine. Again, you have pink cherry blossoms to mark that this is famous for it. And the riverside too, with the JR lines going by. Also very famous shot. All right, I have not much confidence in the signal going in this direction, but we're gonna go for it. Let's do it. So we're passing the Indian Embassy, where I got my OCI card a while ago. That's like a green card for India. Thank you, Mom, since she was born there. You can see the streets around here are just beautiful. And we're not even at full bloom yet. It's just we know that the weather is going to turn in the next, it's supposed to be today, but we're just lucky to have it hold on a little bit longer with the sunshine, and there's something really magical about the light hitting those white blossoms. You see it up above here? And those blue skies. All right, we got a blue light. We say blue in Japan. Mainly because people who are colorblind see it easier, but it actually looks like green, so it's like kind of like a blue-green. All right, we're now on the grounds of Yasukuni Shrine, so let's have a quick look around. But if you just take a look down the road, it's really stunning. See the cars coming through the city. They also get to enjoy the view driving down here like a video game. And then in this direction, I think this is towards the British Embassy. You have some lovely cherry blossoms, and then going down the hill. This hill is one of the worst. I've had to ride my bicycle up and down this hill many times, not today. But it's also lined with sakura trees, which is just beautiful. It's called Kuranzaka Hill. And that's the direction towards Kuranshita Station, which is a subway station. All right, let's go in. This is where the indicator tree is, the one where they decide if the blossoms are bloomed enough to say the season is on. So again, I'm not sure we're gonna have enough signal here. Just let me know and I'll adjust it. This whole channel's aim is to share with you the beauty for those that can't be here or those that just want to enjoy a little bit more of Japan on the go for this live streaming channel. Thanks, guys. Yasukuni is a really nice place to just walk around in. But for the last several years, they've had these signs saying no Hanami, no celebrations because of the pandemic, and you can understand why, but still, I mean, no means zero, and that's hard. They should have maybe some. Walking underneath the Great Torii here, the gate is also kind of cool. It's really massive. At sunset, the sun usually will set behind it, so you have a really beautiful red hue, depending on the day. All right, let's make our way this way towards the shrine. They have other festivals here at Yasukuni. There's a lantern festival that takes place that's just beautiful. I think they have, was it 10,000 lanterns on the left and the right of the walkway here? Absolutely stunning. The street food I can see is a lot less, but maybe they come in a little bit later. In the past, around this roundabout here, they would just have street vendors everywhere, and it would just be incredible. It doesn't look like they have that this year. Maybe it's still too early, I'm not sure, but in the past, it was just awesome. They do have this kitchen car park, which is on for the next 23 days. That's something of interest, and they have 5 cars around the park, so you can get some good stuff. What do we have here? We have okonomiyaki and yakitori. There's some kakigori, I think, over there. And there's like a brand new cafe here. Yeah, congratulations Japan winning their 3rd WBC World Baseball Classic. I don't think the US takes it seriously enough, which is why they keep losing. In Japan, like the whole country sort of stops and watches. The timing wasn't good today because it's in the US, but it's a shame that they didn't have the best pitchers. And I saw that, who is it, Goldschmidt, he's one of the players on the US side. I saw him running for first base on a double play, and he just like gave up, and that broke my heart because in Japan, no one ever gives up like that. I think he could have beat it out. But that just summarized, I guess, the lack of passion that the US team had this year. So surprised they made it as far as they did. We're walking just a little bit to the left side because you shouldn't walk down the center. The center path is reserved for Kami-sama, the god, and you want to sit to the left or the right of it. But you can see here, you know, it's just so stunning. Look at that. I don't know if we're going to have a signal, but we're going to, you know, I got my fingers crossed that we can and will. Yeah, Tokyo Paul Live, it was absolutely packed yesterday. And I was in, Kanai and I, there was no chance to really stream because Leo's a little bit, I don't know, it's hard to keep him in one spot. And I was really happy because a lot of people came up and said hi, maybe more than I'd expected. It was kind of odd. See, it's hard for me to just lie around on a blue sheet somewhere. Everyone comes, a lot of people came to say hi, and that's really nice. I'm thinking of maybe doing a meetup tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I'm not really sure yet. Wow. Welcome. My fingers are crossed that the signal's still okay. Over here is the indicator tree. Let's see how pretty it looks right now. There's the main shrine right there. Wow. These are all historical trees. You can see the most famous is right here, and it's wow, they've encircled it so you can't go inside. I guess it's more for people for photos, but this is the great indicator tree. It's quite old, I think. And now the indicator tree is in full bloom. Wow. So that's the tree that the meteorological agency uses to determine when I think it's 6 or 7 flowers pop out of the buds. They say this season is on, and they use this particular tree. So this is another reason to come and pay your respects to nature. This tree has been chosen. There's an indicator tree in every one of Japan's 47 prefectures, so this isn't the only one. But it's the one that gets the most press is the one that is the first one, and usually Tokyo and Kochi Prefecture, they fight for the first blossoms. You can see there are no lights here, so they don't illuminate it, which is a shame, but I think around the park there are some city lights. There's the sign telling you. Hey, some kids like the live stream. Yay! Can I get on this? Get in on this? Oh, they're over there. It looks like just like a first grade trip or something, and the teacher's getting them all riled up. That's awesome. The Yasukuni Shrine is very much like a lot of other shrines, but culturally very important and somewhat controversial. But you know, when you're here, I don't really think about that stuff. It's just beautiful. Of course, some people make everything political. I just don't see it. I remember standing in Tiananmen Square and looking at the gate with the big painting of Mao, and I know how political everything is, but it was impressive, and it was just kind of neat to be there. I've been there maybe 10 times over the years as well, but the first time in 1998, it was pretty amazing. Everybody had bicycles. There were very few cars. It just was a different feel to China back then. And then I went again the last time, I think 2006. Completely different. Everything was cars and there were very few bicycles. You could see how fast Japan industrialized. I think I have some video of me riding a bicycle through Beijing back in 98, 99. Ah, it's just so beautiful, isn't it? Check this out here. Wow. For me, it's always about the trees, and everyone has a special tree. And I don't have any special tree here in this park, but I know that there's some really beautiful ones. Look at this one here. It does have some illumination, so it may be, wow. Oh, this one has a light here attached to it, so this might be really pretty at night to walk around here. So if your hotel's in the area, you definitely stop by like now, tonight. Some of the varieties have bloomed already. This one is a different variety, and you can see the green is starting to pop out. This is an aromatic tree. You can smell it. Don't know what kind that is. It doesn't say the variety. Let's get a closer look at these. Yeah, there's some bees in there. The bird just took a duty very near me. Oh, look, they're already starting to fall. Look at the petals falling. No! That tree's done. That tree's at 100%. It's hit its peak. You're starting to see those blossoms starting to fall down. Again, I think that Yasukuni, because it's so central, I think it just gets warmer right here, and it blooms earlier than the other places. No. You see that? There's like a little flurry. That flurry is even more awesome in about, I don't know, 3 days from now. But that also means that we're very close to hitting 100%. And with the rains coming this week, I'm not optimistic that these blossoms are going to be here much longer. This year, it feels like it's going to be a short year, but you know, they said it was going to rain today too, and it didn't, so. Just stunning. I hope the signal is hanging in there. I'm panning up at the one last shot of the indicator tree from behind. They keep it in pretty good shape. But look, you know, you're not gonna miss the cherry blossoms if you don't make it in time in Tokyo. This is the sixth forecast from last month. It might have changed again. It changes, you know, based on the situation here. But you can see, Tokyo is usually the first. So if you're arriving now, it's worth getting a JR pass and then going down to Nara or now. So you're gonna be on time. Just maybe not for Tokyo, and that's okay. If you're coming in the Narita, sometimes the Narita Shrine is really beautiful as well around that area. So different places bloom at different times. And if you miss it, go up to Hirosaki at the end of April, and it is the most awesomest place in the world. I think with cherry blossoms, I just like the festival. That map comes from the Meteorological Agency as well. Yeah, if you are flying into Narita and you have time, just going to Narita Shrine is a really good stopover option. It's a really beautiful traditional area Yeah, if you do only have an hour and you don't have enough time to go into the city, you might have time to hop over on the train. I think it's only one stop to Narita Station and then go over to Narita Shrine. Just jump in a taxi, walk around there for 45 minutes, get back in the taxi, go back to the airport direct if you are worried about time. And usually you can get through security and the passport check really fast. And based on people asking me, I might do one last travel update to give you an idea of what you need, because so many people are asking me, and what are the procedures to get into Japan now? I've been hearing a lot from a lot of people about this. There's a vending machine area to the right, and there's restrooms all over the place here, so you don't have to worry about it. If you gotta go, you gotta go, but just don't go on a tree. All right, let's head back to Ueno Park. Whoa! They do have some cherry blossom confections. You have this beautiful looking ice cream with Sakura which is white bean paste, a sweet white bean with Sakura infused into it. They have a powder that comes from the Yaizakura variety, which is the pink cherry blossoms. They're already bloomed, made into this floral tasting, I don't know, like sweet bean, which is awesome with ice cream. Very nice. Also, it's nice to get a cup of amazake, which doesn't have alcohol in it most of the time. You should ask about it. I say it's rare to see it with alcohol in there, but it's sake before the fermentation process, I think. And there's chunks of rice in it usually, and there's a sweetness to it. Sometimes too sweet, sometimes not sweet enough, but it's always pretty good. It's always pretty good. Amazake is what it's called, and it's very healthy for you, good enzymes. And there's sort of an amazake boom for people that were, it was hard to find for a little while. Japan always has this booms and busts. It is. Japan's such a large country. Let me bring up this map again. So I did this a couple of days ago, but you can see how large Japan is. And when people say, will I be in time for the cherry blossoms? The answer is, I don't know. It just, where are you going? That's the answer. So if you're going up to the north or even to the west, and we say like Osaka is west of Tokyo, it looks like it's south, it's southwest, but in Japan it's West Japan versus East Japan. That's how they split it up, not north and south. So if you're going west, it's usually about 10 days after Japan. They still have blossoms going on. But if you're going to the north, it can be a month. If you're going up to Hokkaido, it could be 6 to 8 weeks after. So you could still see cherry blossoms all the way to the end of May. So the geography is though. I still think I'm gonna go up there for that festival for a night. Will I take Leo and Kanai? I don't know. How could I not? Easy, because they got stuff to do. There you go. We'll see how bad or how good the signal is. Here's the festival that's going on here. Starts on the 25th. Some more festive stuff coming a little bit later. I think they didn't even, I don't think anybody thought it was gonna bloom this early. So where are some of the top spots to go for the cherry blossoms? In Tokyo, not as many. For me, I think Tokyo is more about drinking with friends, and there's a vibe to it that's different than out there. Although that there's places around Japan, of course, there are big cities as well, Fukuoka, Nagoya, Osaka, Kyoto. They also have this kind of same feeling as Tokyo. But I think it's the residential areas, the small towns. There are places in Fukushima. I used to live up there. It has a totally different vibe. It's better. I think maybe because it's just different. And for me, I'm more connected to the nature part of it because I've been here for so long. The city party aspect of it too. This is this opening of Chidorigafuchi again. I just think that it's wherever you go, just enjoy it, man, because it doesn't last anymore. It's kind of disappointing. Kind of disappointing. I wish it could, well, if it stayed like this every day, it wouldn't be as much fun. We're walking on the right side of Yasukuni Shrine, heading back to Ueno Park. You can see the top of the Budokan right there. You see it? Yeah. Any questions? Nobody has found me yet, which is also, which is kind of interesting. It's good. There's the Indian flag right there. Japan did win the World Baseball Classic. They did. It was really, I know Kanai's like, we gotta watch it tonight. And I'm like, Kanai, it's gonna be in the morning because it's in Miami. Ow! I'm headed back home to finish an edit here. How is the vintage computer screen? Are you a Pokemon? Sometimes. Depends. If you catch me. Just don't throw anything at me. Could go wrong for both of us. Wow, look across the street here. Shohei Ohtani is huge in Japan. Of course he is. This is the other side of it. This is where we started the live stream. This is the opening to Ueno Park. It is really beautiful, and this is one of my favorite places. I always come here, every year. I can't think of a year that I didn't come in just to check in. There were years like, oh, you're not supposed to go outside. I went outside. I came here in 2020, 21, 22. Wow, look at all the people. Ohtani is, every time I go to take out money from my bank, his poster's in there looking at me. I'm always afraid he's gonna try to steal my PIN code or something. He's on all the posters in the bank vestibule. Yeah, you know, you can walk up here through the park. It's really pretty. Go past the Budokan. There's a lake in there. You can really enjoy it, and even go all the way to the ruins of the old Edo Castle. This will connect up with it. It's free to walk into there too. It's a park, so on a day like this, it's really nice to just walk around. This leads towards, if we pan around here past the Showa Museum, this will take you into Jimbocho, which is the publishing area past Shueisha, which is, I used to work over there. That's where they make One Piece and Shonen Jump and a lot of the publications, a lot of the manga artists. They don't live there, but they go there to meet the Shueisha managers and editors. And this will eventually take you towards Ryogoku. And Tokyo Dome is this way, and Waseda University is just across there. So There you go. All right, I'll leave you with this view. I'm surprised we had a signal the whole time. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is the Torii Gate of Yasukuni, and it is super impressive. I think it is. Now, this is a super wide angle lens. Let me get back into the normal lens in the center here. You can go inside there. There's stairs in the side. I was told that by one of the people. There you go. It's pretty large. And you can see just on the right, there's some cherry blossom trees there. And there you go. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Tokyo. I can't stay inside the whole time. You gotta get out and get some sun. And at this time of year, you gotta go and see this. It's just stunning. Wow. It means that we're finished with winter, thank goodness. Yesterday was the first day of spring. We're in it. And it feels amazing. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you in another live stream tomorrow. Hopefully the rain is not too bad, but that's not gonna stop me from going out there and saying, I just love this time of year. Rain is just weather. Ain't gonna stop us, right? We gotta get out there. Michael Sassano, you did make it. Right at the end, buddy. Thank you, I will. I'll stop off and get a snack and then head back in. Head back into the office. Bye, everyone.